In this video, I'm going to talk to you about recoupling your astral body with your physical body. So most people, they don't feel comfortable leaving their astral body out in the astral world, like out in the middle of nowhere. They usually have to bring their astral body to locale 1 and completely immerse themselves in their physical body before decoupling from the body. So you can fully decouple from your bodies, from your physical body, from your astral body, and leave them wherever. The consciousness just jumps instantaneously between the bodies. You don't need to bring them close to each other, or have them in sync with each other. So I personally, when I started, about the first, 5 projections, no more than that, the first 10 projections, I was uncomfortable leaving the astral body out in the middle of nowhere. I always brought it back to my physical body. And a lot of people do this. I've read a lot of articles where people are concerned about this, and where they imply that they're concerned about these things, and they bring their bodies, their astral body back. And afterwards, I decided to start just projecting as long as I can. So if I feel that I'm about to return to my physical body, which is usually through physical discomfort, I will stay out in the astral world as far and long as I can, and then all of a sudden I'll decouple from it and move back to the physical body. I no longer actually move my astral body back. Like I'm not concerned with it at all. I leave it out in deep space in locale 1. I'll leave it out in locale 2. I even leave my mental body out in random places. I just, I don't feel the need to bring it back. But I've never actually experimented with these two things. I've never actually tried to resynchronize these bodies as an experiment, because I was only doing it like the first 5 projections or so, first 10, around there. And this is definitely something that needs to be experimented on, because I don't know if it's beneficial to actually recouple your astral body with your physical body or not. Because I know sometimes when I leave my astral body out in weird places, it's there and it's processing information. If I leave it around, somewhere where it's busy, where there's sources of information, intelligent beings and such, usually in locale 2, it will be feeding information back to my physical body. But it's very cryptic. It'll show up in your dreams as symbolic imagery, and you have to decode it and stuff. So I don't know if there's a lot of benefit for that, because when it comes to recoupling your bodies to your, synchronizing them, it makes sense that you would just have greater intuition of things, and just be able to respond to things better in the physical world, have better depth perception. That's just what I believe it to be. So I'm going to start recoupling the astral body. And I don't think that you should get into the habit of projecting for as long as you can and just leaving your bodies out there. I think that I have an idea that this is a bad habit that I have, and I don't really recommend it. But yeah, resynchronize your bodies, put your astral body back into your physical body before you decouple from it, because it may, it may increase your depth perception and stuff like that. You'll be able to communicate more effectively between the bodies. You'll be able to perceive the, that information that goes through the channels. I don't know, it might be the silver cord or whatever, but we do send and receive information between our bodies. We can't, fully immerse ourselves in the sensory input of other bodies that we don't have our consciousness coupled to, but we do have this light channel where we can feel feedback. And I do believe that this channel, it's easier to read and interpret instinctively or subconsciously or whatever. You don't actually consciously interpret these things, but it's easier to read and all that jazz when the bodies are synchronized. So your astral body and your other bodies, like your mental body, they will take a physical form, a form that makes sense when you recouple it with your physical body. This is all theoretical And I feel that once this is, or because of this, because they're all the same form, it's easier to process sensory input from the other bodies because they're actually sensical things. They're not sensations and such that are abstract. They're from like some abstract orb of a body. And make sure that your bodies are synchronized, and then don't desynchronize your bodies intentionally or get into the habit of this unless you want to perform experiments, like which is better for you. So when you first start projecting, you're probably going to have a fear of leaving your bodies out there, and I think this fear is in place for a good reason.